And we are following breaking news reports that Carlos Beltran now out as the Mets manager, of course, all because of this sign stealing investigation by Major League Baseball. This is not coming from Major League Baseball, however, it is coming from the Mets. This is now the third manager because of this to lose his job. We saw A.J. Hinch, then Alex Cora with the Red Sox, now Carlos Beltran. He was a player with the Astros when Major League Baseball was investigating the sign stealing. Time there going on. So we are joined by our David Sampson. David, we've talked to you about all of this. You've been here to talk about each manager who's lost his job. Are you surprised that the Mets did this?
No, this is going exactly as we choreographed it. We said that Fred and Jeff Wilpon are very cognizant of the media, of the Twitterverse. What are the tea leaves saying? And first, Mark Teixeira came out and said Carlos Beltran can't keep his job. Then there was a report that the Mets were wavering. That is really what you do when you run an organization. You put out a trial balloon. You see what people are thinking. You say you're wavering. And then it just built. It was like an avalanche. It started as a pebble. And right now, Carlos Beltran is under an avalanche of rocks.
Why do you have to fire him?
Because there's no possible way that Carlos Beltran has any credibility in that dugout. With the players, maybe. With the front office, no. With the media, no. With the fans, no. Let's say he has success with the Mets. Will there always be questions surrounding his success? Were you doing what you did with Houston? Did you bring to the Mets what Alex Cora brought with him to the Red Sox? So all of these questions, either way, the Mets were going to be embarrassed. Either way. They hired him November 4th. This is Brody Van Wagenen's first hiring of his own manager, and now he's gone. Again, stepping down, that's a synonym for mutually parting ways, which equals fired. There is no chance that Carlos Beltran walked into Jeff and Fred Wilpon and said, you know what, I don't want to manage. I can't do this to you. I'm just going to step down. The Mets came to the conclusion it was not tenable to have him. Then they just agreed on a PR strategy, which will not get through the scrutiny of the Q.
So here's the thing. He was a player when this happened. He was one of the only players that was mentioned in this. Some people who were with the Astros are still playing right now. I mean, does Major League Baseball go as far to find all the players who were involved in this?
So Carlos Beltran was a player in 2017, named in the report as someone who was instrumental in developing and executing the trash can banging scandal. But the difference between Carlos Beltran and the other players is that he's no longer on the player side, no longer protected by the collective bargaining agreement. He is now on the management side. Therefore, it's open season.
So does that mean that any player implicated in any of these sign-stealing investigations from here on out may have a tough time getting a job in Major League Baseball as a coach?
Well, no one else has been implicated other than Beltran and Cora. Those were the two names mentioned in the report. What you're speculating is if after the Red Sox investigation, let's say that the commissioner comes out and says, yes, in fact, a player was involved with Alex Cora and the Red Sox. Do I think that player would then have a hard time becoming a manager or coach? The answer is yes, and that is because for whatever reason, this scandal has legs, and baseball is trying to cut the legs out from under it. They're trying to get all the news out in a short period of time so I can spend every day here with Chris and Amanda, but at some point, there has to be a finish to this. I can only be here this many days in a row.
Well, thank you for being here. I mean, you talked about at some point there does have to be a finish, but it has legs. This is huge right now.
Amazing.
What else are we going to see? Are we going to see more, you know, you don't want to call them whistleblowers, but something like that saying, oh, this was going on our team. I want this person to get in trouble.
Were you looking over my shoulder when I was preparing today's Nothing Personal?
I was
because
not.
The word whistleblower is part of today's episode that we're going to be recording here shortly. Because this all started, people are saying, with Mike Fiers, quote-unquote whistleblowing. Some people are saying he shouldn't have done it. Some people are saying he's the one who's responsible for all this. That is absolutely untrue. This doesn't fall on Mike Fiers. I'm not sure I agree that he should have done what he did, but that doesn't mean that the league was not aware what was going on. We knew with the Marlins that the Astros were doing stuff. We were trying to do the same stuff. We just couldn't figure out how to buy the trash cans that could be heard. Even though we had no fans, you'd think it'd be easy to be heard.
Oh, yeah.
But we had the special. No, we had the gold lead trash cans, like the not plastic, where you hit them, it sort of indents. It didn't work.
Well, is this the best situation of the three teams that had to let go of their managers, though? Because the other two guys won World Series in the last couple of years. Carlos Beltran hadn't managed a single game.
The reason why this is not is here's the narrative right now in New York. This is what the headline will be. The Mets being the Mets. This is so Mets. Right now in the Yankees front office, they're quietly smiling. But if I'm the Yankees, I'm not smiling too loudly, because the truth is this could have been Cashman and Boone just as easily as it was Lunau and Hinch and Beltran and Cora. So what it means for the Mets on the field, wait to see. To me, it means nothing on the field. They're going to bring in a manager. I'm telling you, you're hearing rumors already. Could be Eduardo Perez. Could it be Hensley Mullins, their existing bench coach? You'll see someone come in, probably not Terry Collins. But what's interesting is the narrative right now going into spring training is the Mets just can't get it right. Remember, I sucked my thumb pretending I was Brody Van Wagenen yesterday?
You laid on the desk?
I laid on the desk, and that was accurate. Brody is DBR right now.
What does Major League Baseball do about this? Because, I mean, they're going to have to do
despondent beyond repair.
So they're going to have to do something. I mean, what do you do? You know, we saw the Astros say, oh, back when this was legal, they had that camera out there because pitchers would use it to look at their form and stuff like that, the camera in the outfield, and then they ended up using it for this. But what does Major League Baseball do? What rules do they put in place? Do they put somebody in each dugout? What do they do?
So let's go all the way to what would be required to stop all sorts of sign stealing and chicanery that goes on. You'd have to put someone from MLB in the team hotel, in the training room, in the dugout, in the tunnel, in the training room, in the restroom, in the GM office, in the president's office. You'd need about 8 guys per game, because all of these places have feeds. The control room of the ballpark, I forgot about our control room. We had a room at Marlins Park where we have cameras everywhere. We can see if you're paying with a $1 bill or a $5 bill to buy a beer in front of Section 26. We know what you're using as currency. So if we're going to try to protect all cameras, you need 25 people. Not going to happen. So what will they do? They are going to make sure that all feeds that show the play of the game on the field, all feeds go through Major League Baseball, are controlled by Major League Baseball. Then there will be a Major League Baseball employee, either in the replay room, in the dugout, or going back and forth, responsible during the course of a game to make sure that nothing bad is going on.
One more quick question before we hit a quick timeout. Go in chronological order. 2017 Astros, 2018 Red Sox. Is there a good possibility there will be a 2019 investigation?
Into the Nationals?
I don't know, anybody.
So they're investigating now, not just the 2018 Red Sox, even though that's what baseball is saying. What they're actually doing is they're investigating every team right now to make sure that they can put an end to this. Does it mean because we have the 17 Stros, the 18 Sox, that the 19 Nationals won the World Series because they too were stealing signs? I am not willing to go there, Chris.
Do you think this gets wrapped up before the beginning of the season?
Oh, they have to. They absolutely have to. You do not want this coming out during the season. You want this tied up in a tiny little bow before spring training.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.
If we talking about this money, better act right.